Are you having issues with the new windowing system on macOS where it's like snapping your windows to the wrong spots? Maybe even like totally making a window disappear? All right, so I've got LinkedIn open here and it's just Safari. There's a lot of glitches I'm running into with this feature where it's supposed to like snap. Is it even going to work? Did I turn it off? No, I didn't turn it off, did I? Like, what's going on? Where'd it go? This is the exact problem I just had. I just had an interview and I had to leave the interview. I had to quit Safari because the window just disappeared like this. It's gone. I have no idea where that window went. It's off screen. If I go up, hey, I'm Paul Solt from Super Easy Apps, and I want to talk about macOS Sequoia. So let's get into it. It's now on my left monitor, and I can try and grab it and bring it back. Okay, now it's on this monitor, and it's at the bottom. Okay, so I got it again. So it's like Apple has bugs in the. I need to submit a bug report on this. The window snapping logic is not very robust. And it keeps stealing it and putting it in places I don't like. There's no indicator some of the time. So here, it's going to snap here. Now, this was driving me insane because I don't want the margins. So I think I talked about this in a previous video. There are some settings in the, if you go into your system settings, which was the old preferences, I think is what it was called. We're going to go into desktop and dock. And then under here, click to reveal wallpaper. That was driving me insane. So I turned that off. So it's only in Stage Manager. I do not use Stage Manager. I do not like it. And then what else was in here? This one, I'm on the fence about probably going to turn it off. I don't think it's a very good implementation. And maybe turn this one off. These are, I don't know which one of these is new, but this stuff is not working. And then hold the Option key while dragging tile windows to tile. And then tile, this one was driving me nuts. Child windows have margins. I feel like I had to turn it off in 2 places unless I accidentally turned it on. Or maybe I turned it off on my SSD that I installed macOS Sequoia on, and I forgot to do it on my main machine. I think that's what I did. So that was driving me nuts. Where, can we get that window back? Here's the window. So if you do this, it's hard to see with this background. So let's change the wallpaper. Let's go back to the Sequoia sunrise. This was, I just don't like this. So, and this is with the desktop and dock. And I turn this feature off. Let's turn it back on, always. So here, you can always see your desktop. You can always like click in this margin to like make it appear. For me, that's super annoying. And the window just shifted. It's like this window logic is so glitchy. It's like, maybe because I just changed the setting. Let's resize the window so it can like figure this out again. It's probably not robust to do that. Nope. Clicking it makes it snap left. Makes a whole lot of sense. This feature is super untested and glitchy. Like it, I don't get it. It's like resisting me and then it's snapping. And I'm just trying to move windows. Now I had to change my wallpaper because this 1 pixel along this top edge was driving me insane. Like that's been here since Sonoma and it's still not fixed. I probably need to open a bug report. Let me write this down because I'm going to forget. Bug report. 1 pixel on Sonoma Sequoia. Okay. So that's one. The other one is it's super glitchy, losing windows. Okay. I'll just write that down so I don't forget. But dragging this around, you saw it disappear in that one time. I'm just trying to like push it over and it's like snapping. I don't want that. So I think that is, let's take a look at these settings and let's turn off that desktop thing because I definitely don't want that. Okay, so I turned off click to reveal desktop. I want to be able to right click on my desktop. I don't want to have to do 2 clicks to do that. I just want to right click on my desktop and I want to click on one of these things. And if I want to see my desktop, I use my trackpad and I go like this, and then or I do the other one. That's not the right one. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't detect properly. That's a separate issue. So then if we go in here, tiled windows have margins is the worst thing ever. But then once you do that, you realize, oh, it can't get that top pixel. And so now you need to change the background. So let's right click on the background and say, nope, say change wallpaper. And we're going to go to something that's got a dark top. So that's why I'm doing this Middle East world background. You could do any of these. Maybe we could do Caribbean. I haven't downloaded that one yet, so it's going to have to download, I think, to change to that. So this one, the black, makes it so that pixel thing is not an issue. That's taking forever to download, so I'm just going to go back to Middle East. Oh, I didn't want to close that. Come back. So we're on desktop and dock. And I fixed it so it does some of the snapping, but you can see it's like it's over eager in my opinion. I just want to position a window and I don't want it to move. And now I have to be really gingerly about it. And then it goes back to the other sides. But okay, so now if we hold the Option key, we can tile. So now it's going to let me just do this. And then earlier, it was trying to suggest top quadrant. I can't get that to happen right now. I don't know. I think I did a better job in my app, but I don't have system level access to this. So in Studio, what's it called? Super Easy Slides. Okay. Oh, that's another issue. My indexing is totally not working. It's not pulling in the app that I installed from TestFlight. I'm having multiple issues today. So Super Easy Slides is right here. There's a new issue. Start testing. Run slideshow. Go to windowed mode. I need to open the editor to do this. Okay, so this is windowed mode, and I implemented some snapping. So if you bring this to the center, you get some guides, and if you let go, it will snap. I have the option so that if you, no, don't do that. I have to fix this. I don't know how to fix this. I might have to disable this feature. Or I have to use a different keyboard shortcut. I'm using the Option key to allow you to put it wherever you want. So if you hold Option, it will not snap it. If I let go, it snaps it. If I go to the top, it'll snap it to the top edge. If I go to the corner, you'll see the corner, it snaps it. Like this makes sense to me. Granted, I'm not changing the window size, but this snaps to the different sides. I had issues where this would snap off screen. That took a while to figure out. Okay. So that is my app. It's in early beta. But this window logic it makes no sense to me. So let's see what happens if we turn it off. So drag window to menu bar to fill screen. This might be the one I don't like. I want to hit the plus button and get it to fill that way. That doesn't seem to behave like it used to. But we can see the different, so here, what was that? I swear I didn't click one of those. It's shifting my window when I click on it. Look at this. Just clicking on the window on the edge. I can't click too fast. I have to move my mouse. Whole window is going left. Just with a click. So that's a bug. Yeah. So that might solve my problem, but I had the window disappear in the middle of my interview. I had to leave and come back, which was ridiculous. So I am turning this feature off. It's just not working for me. So we go down to drag windows to menu bar to fill the screen. I turn that one off. Drag windows to screen edges to tile. I want to place the window and I'm going to tile it myself because I don't I don't trust this new system to do it properly. If I hold the Option key, that'll let me do it. Let me drag it to my other monitor. My issue was you can't see it, but I've got a portrait monitor on my left where I'm looking right now. And when I drag this window over there, let's see if I can drag it back. Can I show it somehow? I have to hold the Option key, let go. And then if I grab it, you can see it's this massively tall window. And so I was doing a Zoom Google Meet call, whatever it's called, Google Meet. And the interview, I nudged it over and it turned into this massive window and I couldn't see any of the interviewers. I tried to put them right in front of me. I could not do that because when I tried to do that, it like snapped to the right edge of the screen. So on this screen, it would be the right edge, but it's the right edge of my other screen that I'm looking at right now. And then it went off screen. It went underneath and I couldn't grab it. And it was changing the position by an offset. So like my mouse is here, the window is here, I'm grabbing it, and it's not grabbing the window correctly and it's going off screen. So I'm going to turn that feature off because it's super buggy and I might do a bug report. I don't know if I want this tile key, but this is going to be a problem for my app. I'm going to have to pick a different hotkey, and I think I decided that maybe the control. No, I don't think I can do the control key. Maybe the command key, but like command key lets you click on windows behind another window without activating them. So I can click this button without activating this window by holding command. And if I typically do that, it's going to bring this app to the foreground. But if I hold command and click, I can interact with these different apps in the background. So if the windowing stuff is causing problems, you can disable it. You can still get access to full screen. And then if you hover over this, see if we can get this to appear. You hover over this green button, you get all of those features for tiling. So let's say I want to tile here. And then did it just choose for me without asking? I guess it did. So it shoved all these windows around. And if you hold the Option key here, it gives you the alternate layout. This is what it looks like. So instead of being half screen, you go quarter screen. So if I want this to go, oh, these are fill and arrange. I think I must have done fill and arrange, but how does it know which ones to fill? It's a little confusing. So if I want to move and resize, let's make that one small. Let's make this one. Yep, I did it wrong. I thought I was holding it. Oh, I've got to hover. So then if I want this one, let's say here. No, move and resize is what you want. Don't do the fill and arrange because that's going to mess things up. And let's say we want this in the bottom left. I'm going to hold the Option key and I'm going to click on this one. And now I've arranged my desktop, but we have a problem. There's a gap. There's a gap. I have tiled windows have margins off. There's still a gap. Margin. I don't get search in margins. I don't get search in system settings. It doesn't work. Does it work for you? I feel like I'm just having a lot of issues today. So let's go tiled. I'll start with the name of the thing. Like you cannot search for individual properties is what it looks like. Okay. So desktop. If I search desktop, I don't even get desktop and dock. It doesn't make any sense to me. What's the point of search? What did it find? Is none of this annotated? I don't know. How is this desktop? Oh, is it the 3-4 finger? It's not even taking me there to get to desktop, show desktop. Is that what it's matching? It should have taken me to this screen and it should have linked to this. If we do that, that's probably going to do it. So if I click on this one, trackpad gestures. Like, what is this? It should say more gestures and it should take me right there. So there's no like deep linking it looks like. You can't search for things. And I thought that was something that they fixed. I thought they announced that. I'm super confused on that. Okay, regardless, I swear there was another setting that was causing this tiling issue, but if I do it myself, like, why is there a gap here? If you want to do it yourself, it's super finicky. This is why I don't care as much about this feature. I generally will put something in the center and I'll work there so I can be squared up because I've tweaked my neck, like looking left and right. So I have to be really mindful about like centering and looking at and not being like always looking left. Like I love having another monitor, but I don't work off of it. So if I'm going to write something for a long time, I'm going to have a note, I'm going to bring it to the center and I'm going to work. That's how I work. I like to have multiple windows, multiple projects, sometimes close things that are distracting. So I don't like this new window snapping behavior. And so what did they call it? They called it tiling. Drag windows to screen edges to tile. You can get the benefit without the gestures just by doing it manually if you need to. So that's that. If you're having issues with the tiling, can you comment down below if you've got any workarounds or fixes? Like, I just don't trust it anymore. Like after that interview, having to quit was not ideal. And it's buggy. So window tiling is bad. Tiled windows with margins are bad. The single pixel at the top is super frustrating. It's like a drop shadow transparency, I think. And it just doesn't look good when you've got like a super high detailed Sequoia tree forest background, in my opinion, of course. But if you're used to having those margins, which are so weird, and this one's moving around because I let the system, it's really fighting me. That margin, let's get rid of the margin and see if it still fights me. No fighting. Just there's a little nudge when it gets to like the edge sometimes. And there's some snapping, which is the behavior I kind of am used to. But it incorrectly sometimes snaps to the other monitor. It's snapping to that margin. I think there's some other issues with this. It's snapping to that margin, which doesn't make sense. That's frustrating. It's a change in behavior. Let's just see if we can do a quick search real quick. macOS Sequoia tiled windows snapping issues. Two months ago. Okay, let's see what version of macOS I have. I thought I just updated this. I did just update this. Nope, there's a new update. So I can try that and I can see if that fixes any issues. But I'm still going to post this because this was super frustrating. All right, thanks for watching. If you like this, hit the like button and I will see you in another video. probably about iPhone app development or Xcode. As I run into macOS Sequoia issues, I'm probably going to document them just so that other people can figure them out. And if you have an Apple Watch, I just published one on an Apple Watch issue with watchOS 11 that was driving me insane with the live activities. So if that's bothering you, make sure you check out my other videos on Apple Watch, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching.